Hello students, welcome to part 4. Alright, so we're going to use an exciting new transformation, okay, a dilation. Alright, so if you break down the Canada logo, you'll notice that some of the petals or some of the leaves are actually a little bit smaller than the original kind of arrow-shaped quadrilateral. So what we're going to do is we're going to reduce the size of some of these quadrilaterals. So we're going to start with this point that's facing 90 degrees to the left. So what we're going to do is we're going to double click on point B, and again it should remember that that is our axis point, right, around point B. Then what we're going to do is we're going to carefully highlight all of the lines and all of the points of that quadrilateral that rotated 90 degrees to the left. So make sure you've only highlighted those vertices and those sides. All right, let's go to transform, and then let's use dilate. Okay, so in a dilation, we have a ratio here. Okay, so if we want something to be smaller, then we have to set the numerator smaller than the denominator. So in this case, I want you to have a numerator of 1 and a denominator of 1.15. And you'll see a preview of it and you'll see how it shrinks it down. Now, if you ever wanted to get something bigger, then all you have to remember is the denominator has to be smaller than the numerator. So you see I just put in a random smaller number, 0.5, and you see how the shape is much bigger. So I need you to remember that, okay? So we're going to put 1.15 as the new denominator, okay? And then let's click dilate. I want you to remember this number, 1.15. Okay, let's dilate. Okay, so you notice how now we have a smaller version of that shape. Okay, so here's the tricky part. What you have to do is you have to click on that original shape before we dilated it. And then you have to go to display and you'll see something called hide objects. So sometimes it takes you 1 or 2 tries to make sure that you've hidden all of the parts of that original shape. So I'm going to try it here, hide objects. And I just want to make sure that the original shape at 100% is no longer showing. So now you see that this shape is a little bit smaller. Okay, so let's do the same for the opposite side. Let's kind of keep it in a very logical order here. So I'm going to highlight all of the vertices and sides of that original shape that pointed 90 degrees to the right, or negative 90 degrees. I'm going to go to transform, and I'm going to go to dilate. Now it should remember my settings for my fixed ratio, and I'm going to click the button that says dilate. Okay, so that seemed to work. Now carefully, go back and highlight the original sides and vertices of that larger image. And then go to display, hide objects. Now again, if you notice that you've made a mistake, like right here, looks like something happened here, okay? But I'm actually not going to worry about that too much. Actually, no, I do have to worry about that. So I'm going to go edit, undo. Okay, so let's see what I did wrong here. Maybe I just need to click on this point, this line. So again, I don't want any holes in my diagram because that's going to kind of make things confusing later. Okay, so let's try this again. Display, hide objects. Okay, so that looks better because now I have this corner still intact. Okay, so that takes care of this part and this part. Now you notice that this shape and this shape are also slightly smaller. So that is this Now, I wonder if I'm really ambitious. I wonder if I can do 2 of these shapes at the same time. So let's see. I've never done this before. Let me experiment. Let me be the guinea pig here. So I've highlighted both of these shapes that kind of go out in between these points here. Let's see if I can go to transform, dilate, and looks like it is going to work. Okay, so I've got my fixed ratio, and let's go dilate. Excellent. Okay, so now let's go back and highlight that original shape. And let's see if we can do both sides at the same time here. It gets tricky to kind of keep track of which lines you are highlighting. So why don't you just kind of keep my screen open while you highlight and you kind of match the pink highlighted areas here. I didn't get this point or this point. I focused only on the lines. I didn't click on the points as well. Sorry about that. Okay, I think I've got everything. So let's go to display, hide objects. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then finally, we're going to dilate this point and this point as well. So let's see if we can do that at the same time. So let's click on the original shape here, which was here. I got to keep track of it, all the points and all the lines, all the sides. And let's see if I can do this one as well. All right, so I think I've got all of the vertices and all of the sides of these two quadrilaterals. Let's see if I can go to transform, dilate, and I'm going to keep my fixed ratio, going to dilate. Okay, I think that makes sense. Okay, it'll make more sense once I hide the larger versions of the original quadrilaterals here. And again, if you only want to do one at a time because it's very confusing, then I completely understand. Okay, let's see if I've got everything here. So let's go to display, hide objects. And again, you'll know right away if it worked or not. Okay, so something weird happened here, but I don't think that is going to affect the overall design. Okay, all right, so far in this project, I've used reflections, I've used rotations, and I've used dilations. All right, so let's go up to File, Save. Okay, so this concludes part 4 of the video. We're almost done. See you in the next one. Bye.